how significant has this transition been in India if you were to compare it globally? In many sectors, we have moved far ahead of other countries. Fintech is just one example. So using that sort of outsider's perspective, I'm asking you to explain to the lay audience here, how much have we achieved and how far is still that we need to walk on?
Thanks. So if you ask me that to what extent we have really transitioned, I think we are still, say, scratching the surface, except in one area that we have been the world leader in achieving the sustainable tariff and perhaps the lowest in the world, I will say, other than, say, the Gulf region where you have sun god really shining.
But is lowest sustainable from an operator's point of view?
Yeah, sustainable for everyone, and I'll explain that why.
Okay, yeah, please do. Please.
Yeah. But if you ask me that whether we have really gone into the transition mode, perhaps still not, and I'll tell you the reason. The biggest reason is that, see, the renewable is an energy which will flow to the user in form of electron through electricity boards. Now, till the time you have a commercial entity which decides what is to be supplied and how much to be supplied, all your effort finally gets bottlenecked at that point in time. I'll just touch upon one point on finance. I can tell you one thing. There is hordes of money which is actually waiting in the pipeline to be invested in India in Indian IPPs. You are not getting them because what do they say? Oh, you do the, say, bidding in, say, 2019. We are still waiting for PPAs to be signed in 2020 and we still have, say, in 21, I do not know whether in 21 or 22 I will be able to start the project. Why? Who decides that that project will come up finally? It is the electricity boards. So till the time you really bring the commercial entities there, we will struggle in terms of transition.
I want to interject here since you speak about the reform of our power distribution, and by default, therefore, it really means reforming and changing the extent of state control on our distribution boards and the associated political issues. Are you therefore saying that we should not be hopeful because it's not happened really for the last 25 years that I have seen this subject?
Correct. And unfortunately, we still are not moving in that direction, as much I can tell you.
Okay.
Right?
So one of the future trends, Mr. Roy, since we're on that subject, what would you therefore say needs to be done to ensure that our transition is quick and long-term sort of good for everyone?
Yeah, and that's unfortunately is say into the constitutional quagmire, if I can say, because if electricity is in, say, your state subject or concurrent subject, it is only as much where the federal government can do. You have states.
Are you saying that states are not on board with the center?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why would that be? Because I find it perplexing. The states are who actually cater to their voters, to their masses. Why wouldn't they want to adopt newer things and do that in a sustainable manner?
It's very simple that whether you have the courage to sustain through the period when the transition really happens. Because nobody is going to like you during the transition. I'll just give you one example. So we sell power to SECI, right? And we sell power to GUVNL. If you just look at, say, the tariff, what is discovered by both of them, at times GUVNL actually beats SECI. What does it mean? It simply means that somebody has taken that pain to reform the way electricity is bought and distributed and money collected.
Okay.